Welcome to a mainlydiy.com video.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a Valentine's card. I took a piece of cardstock, I scored it and folded it in half. And I am going to take a heart template that I made in another video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line one of these edges up against my card, against the fold. And then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to draw around it. Now, because this is being taped, I'm going to use a felt pen, and I'll just be careful when I cut it out to make sure that I cut just inside the lines. Oops. Okay, so here I have my heart. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim that out. Just, I want to make sure my black line doesn't show. Okay, so I've got my heart cut out. And if I've got some edges that I don't like, I like these mono sand erasers. One end's a sand and the other is an eraser. So I'm going to take my sanding edge and just kind of go along the edge of that and smooth up any places that might have a rough edge. So I've got my piece cut out, and then I'm going to take one of these sander erasers. This end is sandpaper, and I'm just going to kind of run it along the edge. I'm going to smooth out anything that might be a little bit of a rough edge. So I've got two pieces of wax paper here and my heart shape, and I'm going to use some Versamark. This is a watermark stamp, any clear stamp. And I'm just going to take a real simple heart-shaped stamp, and I am going to make stamp impressions, little hearts all over, going in different directions. So next I'm going to take some white embossing powder and I'm going to put some on my hearts. And then I'm going to take my little heart and I'm going to see what I can brush off. Onto it, and that's what it looks like. I'm going to take and refill my embossing powder from my wax paper. That's why I like working on two layers in case I needed to use both layers, which today I didn't, but I'm going to get that capped up so that that won't be a problem. Okay, now I've got some areas where I am not happy that I've got embossing powder on because of the edge of my stamp. I'm just going to use my little eraser here to kind of push those off. Then I'm going to open my card and give it a good snap on the back side to try to get any of that excess off. Then I'll go back and see if there's any other places that I need to touch it up. So I'm going to take my embossing tool and get that heating up. Be very careful not to touch that tip on your embossing and let it heat up. Okay, so I had that all embossed, so I am going to set that whole piece aside for a moment or two. Then I have a little piece of cardstock here that was left over from something, and I have this cute little rubber stamp. and I am going to stamp that in red to stamp that with. So I am going to go ahead and put my red ink on there. And then I am going to go ahead and stamp that right down. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put that across. So I am going to start and work on getting a straight edge on that. I want to get a straight line out of that. And then I'm going to see how that looks as a banner across there. I think I'm actually going to trim it down a little bit more. So I've got that trim a lot better, and I am going to kind of decide where I want it. And then I'm going to take some dimensional pieces and put them kind of on my piece here. Just want to have a little bit of support for that in the middle. I'm going to peel off the backs to my dimensional stickers, and I'm going to see which way I want to put that on my card. Like that. I like it going up this way, I think. Right about there suits my fancy. So I'm going to go ahead and press that down. So then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to use that to do a pencil mark there and here, and that's going to help me trim off. It will help me trim that off to where it needs to be, so I can actually fold it away just a little bit. Follow that line that I drew, and maybe you need just a hair more right there. Okay, so then we have the front of our card. And then you can embellish it as you like on the inside. The inside, I'm going to come back to my template, and I am going to take another piece of cardstock. This is again a scrap piece, and I am going to just trace around it with my pencil. The same template that I used to make my heart with. And then I'm going to take my heart and move it down on my paper just a little bit until I get a pleasing difference between the drawn line and my heart shape. And I am going to retrace my heart shape just on the top there, and then and I'm going to use that to cut out my shape with. So now I'm going to see how that fits in my shape. So it's not too bad. So I kind of appreciate how it fits. May need to trim just a hair off of it, or maybe get this nice little bit of red showing when I've done that. And I may need to trim it out just a little bit more, but I am going to go ahead and I am going to stamp this cute little love bugs in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right where I'd like. Just like that, and I want to keep it simple, so I am just going to paste this in where I'd like it. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on that, and then just take my time and position that right where I want it to be. Okay, so now I have my card all done. I embossed some little red hearts on there, wrote "Love You Bunches," made a little heart from the inside with a little cute little design on that, and I am all done with that.